Hey everybody, Bama Cooley here, and I just got out of a 2024 Shelby Super Snake. This truck is awesome. It's got all the refresh. It's got the Lariat design. So we're going to review it and we're going to take it out for a spin and see what it's all about. Come on, let's go. All right, starting out on the front end, of course, this is a red. I won't say it's a rapid red or whatever Ford calls it, but it really pops with this. You got the white racing stripes coming down, the extra grill here, you got your cameras, you got your sensors, you got Shelby badging here, and you got your Super Snake right here. This red really pops. When I saw it at the dealership this morning, I was like, I have to get in this truck and I want to review it. Of course, it has all the refresh stuff, right? So coming over here, you got the refreshed headlamps, fog lamps, new design. Of course, you got your vents here, fully functional. You got vents up top. Over here, you got supercharged badging on both sides to let you know that this is a supercharged Shelby F150 cranking out 785 horsepower. Let's go and check out the rest. All right, coming over here to the side, of course, this is like your standard 2024 F150 Lariat trim, but there are some changes that Shelby put on here. We've upgraded the rims, 22-inch wheels. This is the chrome package. You know me, don't get me wrong, the chrome looks good with the red, it really sticks out. But if these were black and we had more black badging on here, I would really dig it then. We do have the high performance street Toyo tires, which is upgraded. We got our Super Snake Shelby functional venting here. Of course, everything from the rear view mirrors to the handles is body colored. We have the Shelby stripe going down here, letting everybody know that it's 785 horsepower. Coming over here to the back, of course, you got Shelby here, and you can't see it because of everything underneath and how it's lowered. This does have the upgraded Ride Tech and Fox shock system in it, so you do get a comfortable ride. Even though you got a lower truck, when you're on the street, think you're riding in a Cadillac. So let's go ahead and check out the back. Of course, coming in the back, you see how the racing stripes come all the way down. And of course, you got the hard cover here, the tonneau covered, it's carpeted inside. In the bed, you got your Ford logo here with the white that mixes in with the racing stripes. Shelby here, you got two massive chrome exhaust tips. They sound amazing. I took plenty of B-roll of that. And of course, since this is a 24, got the upgraded tail lamps here, which if you look at them from the side, kind of look like an F for Ford, in my opinion. So overall, it's a very clean look. I just wish there was more black. Like black tailpipes. I might even go with the black racing stripe here, but then it wouldn't pop, right? The white really stands out from the red, and that's what makes this look so good. So maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, which is a good possibility. All right, let's go check out the inside. All right, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time back here in the back. You know what an F-150, loaded F-150 anyway, is like in the back. Got your B&O speakers, plenty of room. You got your red stitching. You got the upgraded Shelby seat. Of course, you got heated seats. You got your power outlets back here. Got some extra carbon fiber back here on these. Overall, really good look. Let's go to the front. All right, coming over here to the front, of course, the B&O, got all your controllers for your mirrors. You got your storage. You got your carbon fiber around the steering wheel and blacked out Ford emblem here, which looks really good. Of course, one thing about a Shelby is you get a ton of carbon fiber. Carbon fiber here going all the way through. I wish they would do this more with some of the standard F-150s or at least the Raptors and maybe the Tremors. But you got carbon fiber going over here. You got the upgraded Shelby seats. These are actually heated and cooled. And let's check out the displays. All right, inside, typical F-150, comfortable as hell. This does have the panoramic sunroof and moonroof. Of course, you probably can't see it here, but I took some B-roll footage of it. You can see the badging here. Carroll Shelby has the serial number on it, Shelby F150 Super Snake. Of course, it has all the, the desk, the massive storage here. If you want to go into manual mode, the actual up and down is right here on the gear shift. It's not in the paddle shifters, but it's got everything else. You got your trunk opening, you got your 360-degree cameras, you got all your lights, got your electronic pedal adjustment, your electronic steering wheel adjustment. And I really, like I said, love the carbon fiber and everything they do here. Of course, you got your massive infotainment center here, you got your digital gauge cluster. Let's just go ahead and crank it up. And it sounds amazing when it cranks up. So the infotainment center, y'all seen 1,000 times. It's always responsive. You know what it looks like. You know what all the apps are. Not really going to kill y'all with that. Of course, you got your drive modes here, your 2 high, 4 auto, 4 low. When you go into sport mode, it automatically connects it to 4 high. Got your wireless chargers. You got your 120 volts, your 12 volts. Got your extra storage here. Just overall a great looking truck, especially on the outside. Inside, like I said, the biggest difference is the carbon fiber, but it's a loaded F-150, so it looks amazing anyway. I'm going to go ahead, even though this isn't great video, and do a POV so y'all can see what some of the drive modes are. You got your normal, tow haul, eco, you got your sport for spirited driving, and it kicks it into 4 auto. So when we go for a drive on this, we will be in sport. Got your wet, icy roads, which goes into 4 auto as well. And you got your off-road, rough, uneven, or mixed terrain. Let me just go ahead and tell you, even though I do like the way the display looks in the off-road mode, and it's probably my favorite look, you're not going off-road in this truck. You got street tires, you got 22-inch rims. If you want to go off-roading, get the off-road version with the 35-inch tires. All right, let's check out that power plant. All right, everybody, here is the power plant. Of course, you got the pretty powder blue supercharger. It says Shelby Performance across it. You got the upgraded air intake, carbon fiber, which allows more fresh air to get into this beast. To get it to 785 horsepower, they upgraded the exhaust to a Borla exhaust. You got upgraded injectors, upgraded spark plugs. You got an upgraded aluminum heat exchanger. So everything is geared for this truck to be a race truck. 0 to 60 in 3.4, 3.5 seconds. You know, 0 to 100 in about 8.3. This thing will flat out fly. And I'm sure there's other ways to make this even more powerful and crank up the horsepower even more. Probably run an E85 at some point. Coming straight from the dealership, this is a street truck ready to embarrass all other trucks and most sports cars. All right, let's get ready to go take it for a drive. All right, everybody, we're getting ready to take this Shelby Super Snake for a ride. Oh, it sounds so good. This supercharger sounds good. All right, you know what I'm going to do, just so everybody knows, and you can see it right here. We're not normal. We're not towing anything. We damn sure aren't going to go eco. We're going straight into sport, which is spirited on-road driving, and it instantly puts us in 4 automatic. If we wanted to, we could go into 2 high manually, but I don't mind 4 automatic, so let's go. Hopefully you can see the heads-up display there. I got it, which I think is the best looking setting in the more of the off-road. I wish there was a sport mode heads-up display setting. There is one on the Raptor R that looks pretty cool, or the Raptor that looks pretty cool. I know I've done like 22 and 23 Shelby reviews, and this is 24, so 10 more horsepower. You're probably looking at 640, 650 pound-feet of torque. Not a whole lot of super changes, but you know, with the refresh and the redesign of the headlamps and the tail lights, and let's give it some gas and give it the business. That sounds good. Take this curve with a little bit of speed. We got the really wide Toyo street tires, 22-inch rims. So even though this, you'll never use 4 low in this truck, ever. 4 high, so you won't squeal out the tires and you can get a good draggy pull, yes. 4 low, absolutely not. Everybody knows I want a Raptor R really bad, so any Ford dealerships watching this, when it gets posted, that's willing to cut me a good deal on a Raptor R, feel free to contact me. However, I have to say, if I wasn't going to get an R and I wanted to spend the money for it, you could do a lot worse than the Shelby Super Snake. Now, the question is, would you get the street version like this, or would you get the off-road version on the 35-inch tires? I like the way the street version drives. Obviously on the street it is quicker. You got smaller tires, it's lower, but I also like the way the off-road version looks as well. Shelby did upgrade the suspension on this. Like I said earlier in the review, it has the Fox suspension, which you can't really see because of how low it is and everything underneath with the massive wheels. You know, you got the upgraded injectors, you got the upgraded spark plugs, air intake, intercooler. Man, just love the way this sounds. Hope you can see the new digital display. I think it looks a lot better than the 21s and 22s. And like I said, of course, now you got the heads-up display, which Ford finally caught up with Ram. Ram had the heads-up display on the TRX, I think, since 21, and some of their 1500s trims. So one of the things people complain about the Raptor R is that you don't hear the supercharger whine as much, especially compared to the TRX. You hear it in this bad boy. You definitely hear the supercharger whine on this. Obviously you hear the Borla exhaust as well, but you definitely hear the supercharger whine. I like to, you know, do a little bit of everything, right? I like to hit red lights, I like to hit city driving, and I like to hit ramps and getting on interstates and highways so we can get up to merging speed. All right, let's give it the business and get up to merging speed. That sounds amazing. I I mean, maybe a quarter or a third I had the gas pedal pushed down. Maybe, if that. Yeah, it was barely a third or a quarter that I had the gas pedal pushed down on that. And we were up to merging speed very quickly. Oh, we got Blue Cruise on here too. A little bit of road noise, with obviously with the street tires and being lowered. It's not going to be as insulated as if I was in 35-inch all terrains, but that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Just the pull, even at a high rate of speed, you just barely hit the gas and you can still feel the pull and the torque. I love being able to drive, whether it's cars or trucks, vehicles like this, so that y'all can, hopefully for my videos, not only learn a little bit about them, but get my opinion on it and what I feel, but also hopefully see what it's like to be inside one and actually drive one. Especially if you're thinking about buying one or just want to see what all the hoopla is about. So on the heads-up display for off-road, it tells you what gear you're in, has an RPM bar, speed limit, your pitch and yaw degree, also your Z-axis degree, whether you're positive or negative. Oh, it just looks cool. The standard one is just speed limit, how fast you're going. It just doesn't. I like either the off-road version or like in the Raptor or Raptor R, more of the sport version. A little bit more color, a little bit more stuff to look at. I do see why the chrome is popular, especially with this red, and it does pop, but I would still have to go with as much black as I could, especially on the wheels and even on the badging and lettering if I could get it. But make no mistake about it, I'm normally not a red vehicle guy. I like grays and different things like that, but this red on this particular truck looks really good. Really wanted to be an Alabama fan. I wonder if you could get like a light gray racing stripes going down instead of the white. Turn around up here. It's a good place to come back around and give it the business and get up to merging speed again. I don't speed or break the speed limits. I get to merging speed. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Unless I'm in Tijuana drinking tequila. All right, here we go. Ready? Merging speed. Giving it the business. Oh, that's fun. And I made sure, like, I didn't give it full throttle, maybe half. I made sure to slowly roll into the throttle too. You know, if this vehicle had been broken in, I would have floored it and gunned it and really got pushed back in my seat. But I wanted to get into the throttle a little slower, not take it all the way down, but just enough so that you can see and pick up on camera exactly what kind of pull this truck's got and how quickly it can get up to speed. If this had 1,000 miles, we would be on a side street doing a draggy right now, pulling a 60 and probably an 1/8 of a mile pull. I can't get over that exhaust and supercharger whine sound. That's probably the main reasons why I would ever buy a TRX. It's just for the supercharger whine. But I got some things working in the background that I can't say yet on my Raptor that I think is going to be really cool from a performance standpoint and a sound standpoint. So I'll be making a ton of videos on it within the next month. So y'all be sure to check that out. I also want to thank Woody Henderson Ford. I went in this morning anticipating reviewing a different vehicle or two, and I saw this in the parking lot, and I went to one of the salesmen I work with, and I was like, I want to review that today. And he went, got the okay, handed me the keys, and sent me on my way. So special shout out to Woody Anderson Ford in Huntsville. They'll deal with y'all nationwide. So if you need a Ford Mustang, a truck, Escape, Bronco Raptor, heavy duty, give them a call and either ask for Philip or Ryan. Both of those guys will take care of you and give you a great deal. And try to get one more little giving it the business pull before we head back so y'all can see it and hear it. But I don't know if traffic's going to cooperate with me. It will once I get on the ramp up here. Well, let me take that back. The Honda Civic in front of me is not cooperating.
One eternity later.
Whoever's in that Honda Civic, I hope you end up watching this video. Here we go. Sometimes you just got to give it to business, people. I'm gonna do one more up here, going on this ramp, and then we're gonna head back and close it out. Here we go. Yeah, see, this is where it's fun. Taking around a turn, sport mode, stiff suspension. All right, everybody. We'll see y'all in a few. There you have it, everybody. The 2024 Ford Shelby Super Snake F150, 785 horsepower, a ton of fun to drive, and this thing goes like nobody's business. Special shout out to Woody Anderson Ford, to Philip Henderson and Ryan Black, the two salesmen I work with. Be sure to give them a call if you're interested in any Ford. They'll take care of you. Remember, if you're in the back streets of Tijuana, like I was today some, and you got a fun car or truck to drive, go ahead and give it the business and have a good time with it. We'll catch y'all next time. Have a good one, everybody.